Wilmington, Illinois is the quintessential American small town. 4.2 square miles, set amid the cornfields of the Kankakee River.
A small community outside of Chicago. About 5,000 people.
It's a small town where everybody pretty much knew everybody.
On the morning of June 6th, Kevin Fox is increasingly panicked. He can't find his daughter, Riley. The police come to help him search.
When police showed up that day, one of the first things Kevin mentioned was the front door, which he remembered having, he thought, closed and locked the night before, and when he got up that morning, that door was open.
The police stated they found no sign of forcible entry.
Kevin told the investigators that the lock on the back door was broken.
You know, for the most part, the house appears normal. You could see toys scattered about throughout the house, posters that the kids had made for Melissa still sitting on the kitchen table. But one of the things that they did find was that yellow blanket still sitting on the sofa where he put Riley to bed.
Kevin was super distraught, on edge, crying, scared.
Kevin's wife, Melissa, the day before went to Chicago to go on a breast cancer walk with her friends.
It was beautiful out.
We all start walking. Obviously, everybody's pretty sore.
We were like maybe an hour or so in. I decided to call Kevin. He sounded so startled. I knew immediately something was wrong.
You could just see the color from her face just kind of drop.
He just said, "Riley's gone." And I immediately hit the ground. The phone fell out of my hand.
She just kind of collapsed.
We got in the car and drove back to Wilmington.
We got off 55 and we turned left, the stop sign, to head back home.
It was something out of a movie. I mean, something you never, in your wildest dreams.
We saw people just combing the woods and the ditches.
People on four-wheelers, people on foot. I feel like the entire town was out looking for her.
I think that's when it hit me that this was, this was serious.
Police and the community mounted a massive manhunt.
The town mobilized immediately.
Neighbors, relatives, friends, and volunteers, numbering in the hundreds, joined in the search.
They had tables set up, tents set up. There were cops all over.
I don't like the circumstances, but it's amazing to see how much people are willing to do for us.
I started out searching, and then they told me to stick around in case they had any questions, and you just feel helpless.
One of the places people began searching was Forsyth Woods. Just a big area of meadow with a creek running through it. A mother-daughter went looking down the creek.
I just felt compelled to come and look for her.
Through the brambles and leaves and twigs.
I can't even explain it. I just had this really bad feeling about this place, and that's why I came here.
The mother caught a glimpse of something and screamed.
It looked like it was a plastic bag, like a grocery bag that was bubbled up in the water. So I walked a little closer, and that's when I saw her. She was face down, and in the creek.
Hi, I love you.
I love you.
And remember that you came together to find one of our own.
Their 3-year-old daughter, Riley, who'd been missing all day, had been found dead.
There was like a lot of commotion, and they came over and grabbed me and Kevin. They put us in separate cop cars. It felt strange. I didn't understand what was going on. When we got to the police station, they just started asking questions. And I was like, is someone gonna tell me what's going on?
We walked into the room where they were at, and they looked at us, and we were all crying. My dad said, it's not good, she's dead.
I think like I punched the wall a couple times, the black wall. I just didn't want to, I didn't want to believe it.
I remember catching my brother as his knees gave out on him, and you know, everybody just sobbed.
Kevin and Melissa Fox are living a parent's worst nightmare. But on this night, at least, they have the support of an entire community.
There had been a vigil that evening where the community came together.
The community, they're like, there's some predator crazy person running around snatching children.
Today I let my children play out in the backyard, fenced backyard, we're not in the front, and that's not normal.
On this day, a lot is happening. Not only does Riley Fox go missing, but the police are responding to a burglary on the very same block.
There is a neighbor literally across the street from Kevin. She had a section of her screen cut out. The door was unlocked. I think she initially reported that nothing was taken.
She had felt that someone had broken into her house.
You gotta wonder, are these things connected?
The police, the first day or so, received a couple of tips about a suspicious vehicle that neighbors had seen in the area overnight. It was a red Chevy Beretta.
The Will County Sheriff's Office says that initial reports that an unknown red car had been prowling the neighborhood early Sunday are not credible. At this point, there is no description of a vehicle used by a possible kidnapper.
At one point, it seemed like there were not a whole lot of leads, and it was like, how did this even happen and who was responsible?
Police weren't saying much publicly. They were remaining extraordinarily tight-lipped in the case, but behind the scenes, they were already heading out, into that creek, searching for evidence.
And as we got a little closer, I'm like, wow, there's a shoe in there.
It can be difficult to sift out the clues. You might even overlook a piece of evidence that could practically spell out the killer's name.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.